Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gatorlight, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gatorlight hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you were the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate by automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in-minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops.
Oh, I like the claps in there, Coach. Like cheerleader.
I'm getting ready for school. I'm pretty excited, you know.
No, you're not. I know, that's hard to believe. When's your first day of school? Are you guys late?
We don't have students until after Labor Day. That's a state law. It's a state law.
You got to talk to most of the other states about that because that should be a state law. They moved ours up.
I wish we got out earlier and started mid-August.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do mid-August.
Yeah, it's mid-May to mid-August is the best when it used
to.
Yeah,
you guys do get out late.
We get out June, beginning of June. It's crazy. Yeah. So kids are like, seniors are like toast by then. So that's why it was better when it was mid-May. And then it's like, well, and I have to report, end of August, like August 25th, 20. So we're there for a week full of
your lovely meetings. I remember you saying that you absolutely
and when I do eventually retire, I will tell you what I think of those meetings. Anybody that's a teacher that's listening to this can exactly tell you what those meetings are.
I would imagine.
All right. So, but before we do that, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, coaches, go check out coachingyouthhoops.com. As we've said before, stop Googling how to run a third grade practice. Just go to coachingyouthhoops.com. We've done it. We've done the homework, the research, and our research is gray hair and experience of 50 plus years combined experience coaching kids, from grade school to high school. We've put it all together in a system. Literally just have to, coach, show up and coach. Go to coachingyouthhoops.com.
All right. And then we have a little something coming too. We're going to
we're going to make a big announcement about this because we're pretty excited about it. Coach and I decided, hey, you know what? Our coaches need more help out there. So listen to your feedback. We are creating a tool that will simplify your coaching a step further. So go check it out. It's not live yet, but hey, we're going to give you early access. We'll do some webinars around it when it does launch. Get on that list now. Go check it out at coachingyouthhoops.com/AI. You're going to want to get on this one. Literally will save you hours of time.
Days. It's going to save you days. I'll say days.
And one thing we always forget mentioning about this, and it's for parents too. If you're a parent, you're going to love this tool for your son or daughter. It'll tell you exactly what you need to do and how to train them. But go check it out. Sign up early. It's the only hint I'm going to give you. coachingyouthhoops.com/AI.
All right. All right. So we're going to talk about small-sided games a little bit today.
Yeah, we are. And the root of this is just being more efficient with your practices and changing constraints without changing the core drill. So we're using 3-on-3 game as a great example.
Yep.
As the base.
Yeah, so I can tell you this is literally like I knew the topic, but I didn't know anyway. So today I was working my team out today, and we were doing some 3-on-3 stuff. So we did a disadvantage thing where the 2 offensive and 2 defensive players are kind of on the weak side, and there's a disadvantage kind of. So the offense has a second of an advantage, and then it's live 3-on-3. So I went through just running it normal. Then I went through the dribble, only got 1 dribble. Then I went through the constraint, he only got 2 dribbles. Then I went through the constraint that the ball the shot had to be in the paint. Then the next constraint was the ball had to be a post up before a shot could happen. The next one was only threes. Then, I kept adding all of these constraints because we were working. I think I had, how many did I have this morning? I had 12 or 13. It was great. And it was like half of my varsity guys, but I wanted to work on some skill things and work on some help defense. How can we stop the penetration? We were working on kind of ball pressure, pushing baseline, that kind of stuff. But within that, I didn't want to do the same thing over. We could go from the left to right side, which was fine. But I wanted to give different constraints because I wanted to give them different feels. And again, I wish I had trademark small-sided games or whatever, but I've been doing it for 35 years. It's just someone put a name on it. It's like every drill I've ever done has all of those. It's one drill, and I worked on 7 different things that I needed to work on.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're talking about. I did
exactly
3 hours ago. Yeah.
So, and the reason is, if you peel back here a little bit, is again, as youth coaches, we don't have a lot of time in practice. So you can't keep on teaching kids new drills every practice. And if you have a base like a 3-on-3, and I'll ask you, I have my reasons. Why 3-on-3? Why not 4-on-4 or 5-on-5?
Well, I do all of those.
Oh, I know. Yeah. But why?
Why? Because I think the game is really, if you've done enough reading like me, it's a 3-on-3 and a 2-on-2 game. It really is. When you think about the court, there's never really more than 3 or 2 players. There's sometimes 1-on-1 if it's a breakaway, but usually there's 3 players and 2 players intertwined. Watch a game next time. I'm going to tell you when you're watching WNBA, watching summer league, watching whatever, watching the NBA or college. Watch. It's usually on one, because as soon as you get the 4th person on a side of a court, it gets too crowded.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why that 3-on-3, 2-on-2 thing is kind of the magic window. We do a lot of 1-on-1 stuff too, just because we need finishing skills, and we work on containing things. So it's not as much about the 1-on-1 stuff, isn't as much about game building skill wise. For me, it's more individual kind of stuff. The 2-on-2, 3-on-3 is really where, as a youth coach, I would lean in and do a lot of different things with those 2 things. I think 2-on-2 is you'll see times where there's a pick and roll on here and there's some movement on the other side. So I think those 2 are the magic ones for coaches.
Yeah, and I like the talking about spacing, especially at the youth level when it comes to that, and having them realize how important spacing is. But I like 3-on-3 because it gets a lot more touches. You're getting in off-ball screens, on-ball screens. But specifically, we're talking about adding the constraints. So we'll have a base 3-on-3, and then coach, he just listed 5 or 6 things he does. We do no dribble, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, like he said. We do After you pass, you screen away. After you pass, you screen on, you screen on
Right.
ball.
And you can do things depending on your offense too. So
That's right.
yeah. I love that.
So yeah, we mix it up quite a bit and literally could do that for an entire hour and a half practice and not run out of ideas. Here's the thing though, make it competitive, have scoring. And it could, and we just talked about the offense. We didn't talk about the defense, right? If a ball goes in a certain corner, you got to go and double it, right? We call it the blue cone zone. I anyway. We put names to stuff other than just
That's a whole different.
trap,
That's a
right?
whole
Exactly.
different.
Yeah.
We should do a podcast on names.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll add that. Yeah.
That's really good because it's got a trigger to them. It's
exactly.
The name thing is a trigger. But what we're saying is, what I'm saying to a youth coach is, if you have 10 really good drills, you really have 50 really good drills.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because you can change them, and again, you're going to that, changing, it's nothing. There's nothing earth-shattering about this. There's nothing surprising that good coaches haven't done. People have just named it. That's all they've done.
Well, so I had a tournament game this weekend, and one of the refs that I've known for years, he's been reffing games. We figured out literally since my kid was in the third grade. Now he's 22.
Right.
Okay. So a long time reffing. And he always says the same thing to me, which is, he goes, I see a lot of games and your kids, one, I can see them, how they've grown up and gotten so much better and so fundamentally strong. What's your practice like? And I'm like, well, it's all we focus on is fundamentals. My philosophy with the grade school kids is just trying to get them better and lifting. I don't need to win tournaments, right?
Right.
That's not the point. I want them ready for high school. And I always think, I don't want you starting on your freshman team. I want you starting on your varsity team.
Right.
So how can we get you there as a freshman?
I want you
right?
taking geometry or calculus or something your freshman year, rather than calculus would be a stretch. But that's what I want. I want you to be able to do something like that.
And I'm going to do everything I can do. Yeah.
And I want to help you. I want to push you in.
Yeah. So going back to this idea of these 3-on-3 games or small-sided games and changing the constraints, you can move through a practice really quickly and not waste time teaching them a drill. Focus on teaching them the technique of, well, how do you set a screen? How do you roll off a screen? That's where you should put your focus on, not on you look at my practice. A coach asked me, I was like, I think you'll be underwhelmed if you came to one of my practices, because it doesn't change that often. The base doesn't change, right? We do the same 2 drills to warm up every practice. We change the number of makes they have to do. It's a layup drill. Change the number of makes they have to do. That's the only constraint. Consistency is key, especially that is what we talked about on a prior podcast is just getting their mind into this idea of, transitioning into practice. Then we just break everything down into small-sided games. Whatever we're working on, it's just, here's the constraints, right? And here's what you're going to work on today. Oh, you're doing 3-on-3 again? Yep. Well, what's changed? Well, we added a different constraint to it, or 5 different constraints to it, right, over a period of time. What is the number one question you always think I get from the kids? So let's say we go through
scrimmage.
Are we going to scrimmage? And what do I say?
We are scrimmaging all the time.
We are scrimmaging. Exactly. Okay, so it's not just me. Good. All the time. Are we going to scrimmage? When are we going to scrimmage? I'm like, what did you think we just did for the last hour?
Well, and the thing is, like, my guys don't complain. They're playing 3-on-3. They're having fun. They're playing. It's competitive. It's like, yes. Do they love the pivoting drill we were doing at the beginning today? Probably not. But we needed some work on jump stops and pivoting, and we needed some working. But they never complain when we do that stuff, because they're playing. It's hard. They think 5-on-5 is the only
5-on-5 is that's your scrimmage, and you're going full court. That's what a scrimmage is to them. And I said, well, you can't play 5-on-5 if you don't know how to play 3-on-3. If you don't know the basics, oh, coach. I'm like,
Yeah, I know. It's always the same.
okay, good. I'm not the only one.
You're
then.
not
Good.
the only one.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, coach?
Yeah, coaches, again, don't overcomplicate your practice plan. Come up with some basic drills, depending on how much time you have. Change the constraints on those drills that teach the kids the fundamentals. And if you want this all planned out for you, go check out coachingyouthhoops.com. Literally, the practice plans, you'll see they're boring, but they have the constraints scattered throughout the whole year. They build upon one another. So you're teaching a handful of drills.
Coach.
I'm going to say that's what I mean. It's boring and it's okay.
Boring for me to sit down when we get off of here and go pay my mortgage bill. It's boring to go and rake the leaves.
I will trade you. You can pay my mortgage bill and see how excited you get.
We'll not do that. But I'm just saying, it's boring to go empty the dishwasher. Yeah. It's boring to go down and do the laundry, but sometimes things need to get done. Anyway, we're preaching to the choir from everyone that's listening to the podcast. Right. All right. Until next week, Coach.
Until next week, Coach.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Labor Day sale and get 35% off paints and stains August 28th through September 9th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.